Lieutenant Governor Ramsey, Speaker Harwell, members of the Tennessee General Assembly, constitutional officers, justices, members of Tennessee's congressional delegation, former governors, honored guests, friends, Chrissy, my wonderful partner in this journey and the very best and hardest working First Lady in the country. Our family, which has doubled since the last time we were up here, and the citizens of this great state that we all love. You know, being sworn in for a second term makes me think back to 4 years ago when I was up here taking the oath of office for the first time. Becoming a governor is a little bit like being shot out of a cannon. There's a great view, but the ground underneath seems to be shifting quickly. First, you hire a cabinet, and then a senior staff. Then you move to Nashville. Quickly, your jokes are funnier, people stand up when you walk into a room, and state troopers seem to be following you everywhere. Right away, the legislature is in session, and before you can even find the men's room, your first budget is due. 4 weeks later, it's time to give the annual address to the people of Tennessee to update them on the state of the state. My first thought was, how should I know? I just got here. But I did know. I knew that we had to focus on those issues that Tennesseans truly care about and that are critical to our future. First, a more effective and efficient state government that delivers the very best services to Tennessee taxpayers at the lowest possible cost. Then, better education opportunities and outcomes so more Tennesseans are prepared for the competitive world that we live in. And finally, high-quality, good-paying Tennessee jobs in a business environment that gives companies the confidence to invest their capital right here in Tennessee. I believe we've made progress on all three fronts. On more efficient, effective government, Tennessee's financial condition is something that we should all take pride in. We have the lowest debt per person of any of the 50 states. Our tax rates remain among the lowest in the country. Tennessee has now gone longer without a significant tax increase than at any time in modern history. Our departments are focused on providing the very best services to citizens at the lowest cost possible. We're able to do that now more than ever because we overhauled the state's outdated employment system. Today, unlike in the past, we're able to recruit, reward, and retain the best and brightest to serve in state government. In education, we are now the fastest improving state in the country. You can clap for that. That's a big deal. Our high school graduation rates have increased from 76 to 88% over the past decade. There are now 100,000 more kids proficient at grade level in math, and more than 57,000 additional students are proficient at grade level in science. The number of students needing remedial math when they get to community college has decreased by 10% in the last 2 years. We are the first state ever to promise high school graduates the chance to attend community college or technical school free of tuition and fees. On the job front, we've added 210,000 net new private sector jobs since January of 2011. For the last 2 years in a row, Tennessee has been named the State of the Year for Economic Development. No state has ever won that award in back-to-back years. We've passed sweeping tort reform legislation, overhauled our workers' compensation system. We established an entrepreneurial job creation strategy that has gained national attention, known as Launch TN. We've also brought together our tourism-related businesses to jointly market Tennessee in a way that's never happened before. But despite our accomplishments and momentum, one of the things that I've realized during my time in office is that we haven't had nearly high enough expectations of ourselves. In many ways, we've settled and we haven't lived up to our full potential. So one thing I can guarantee you that we are not going to do in the next 4 years is coast to the finish line. The decisions that we make in the building behind me are too important to the 6.5 million Tennesseans who are alive today, and even more important for the generations that will follow us. 4 years from now, someone else will be standing in this spot, preparing to take over leadership of Tennessee. I feel an obligation to pass the baton to him or her with the state as prepared for the future as we can be. But this isn't about who the governor is now, and it's not about who the governor will be 4 years from now. It's about all of us, the governor, legislators, state employees, teachers, parents, community leaders, business executives, healthcare professionals, faith leaders, and citizens of all kinds saying, we're on the right path, but we can do better, and we must do better. We can be a state government that treats its citizens like customers and gives full value for every tax dollar that is paid. Tennessee can be the very best location in the Southeast for high-quality jobs. Most importantly, we can make sure that we get education right. There is nothing more important for us to do. As I mentioned earlier, we truly are making progress today in education in Tennessee. It's not an exaggeration to say that the eyes of the country are on us to see if we can continue to show the significant gains that we've made in the last several years. Unfortunately, our history in Tennessee is to take 2 steps forward and then 2 steps backwards. I think that every governor for the last 100 years has said that education would be a priority, and they've worked to improve educational outcomes and opportunities for our children. But for too long, Tennessee has remained near the bottom of state rankings in academic achievement. Let's seize on this momentum and on the hard work of our teachers and students to continue the progress that we're making. No other state can claim to be the fastest improving state in the country. No other state can say that they guarantee high school seniors 2 years free at a community or technical school. Getting education right will go a long way to address all of the challenges we face in our state. It will mean more jobs for more Tennesseans, less reliance on federal and state services, higher incomes, healthier citizens, and the list goes on. You know, I wish you all could have been with me this week in Detroit at the North American International Auto Show. It wasn't this warm, I assure you. But like me, you would have been filled with pride as you realize the leading status that Tennessee now has in the automotive manufacturing world. As a matter of fact, for 4 years in a row, we've been named the State of the Year for automobile manufacturing. Last year, Tennessee produced more than 750,000 vehicles, and the largest auto plant in North America is now in Tennessee. You would have been excited to listen in as scientists from Oak Ridge National Lab talked about carbon fiber technology that can be used to make automobiles lighter and more fuel efficient, and that Tennessee is in the inside lane to be at the center of that innovation. Like me, you would have watched in amazement as a car could be made to order on a 3D printing press with a total construction time of about 12 hours. In the not too distant future, a person will literally be able to design his or her own car. Again, Tennessee is at the forefront of the technology innovation. But, like me, you would have walked away concerned. Concerned because manufacturer after manufacturer emphasized that the world is moving really fast, and the need to have workers with the technical skills and ability to keep up has never been more critical. Every company I talked to looked me in the eye and expressed their concern about whether Tennessee's workforce is ready for tomorrow's challenge. Every company emphasized to me that we needed to quickly increase the percentage of our population with a certificate or degree beyond high school. To achieve that, we have to make certain that our students graduate from high school prepared for post-secondary education. You know, I see the job of governor as being part of a historically significant relay race. Some of the folks who ran that race before me are sitting up here in front of you. I was handed the baton 4 years ago. It's my job to be intentional about advancing that baton during my 8 years in office and handing it off to the next governor in a better position than it was handed to me. As we embark on the second leg of this race, it's going to take all of us running together. The time is right for us to take longer strides, to run harder, to reach further, and to gain more ground. We can do this together, and to reach our full potential, we have to do it together. It is an honor to serve as your governor. Every day, I walk up the marble steps of that beautiful building behind me, and I count myself blessed to have a job that I love and to work with people who truly are committed to serving the 6.5 million people who call Tennessee home. 4 years from now, someone else will be standing here, and I will be sitting up here watching and cheering. On that day, like this day, I will know that Tennessee's best days are ahead of us. Wishing you Godspeed, I promise to give my all for this great state that we call home. Thank you.